Hey guys, Doug back with you. And if you've been following me at all on Instagram, you will know that I have been stuck in tiny man carving land for weeks now. I've got dozens of these little guys, and they are the funnest thing going, I tell you. We did a little 2-inch man a year ago or so, and yeah, they're so fun. But this is what we're doing today, something like this, the blueprint, the basic little man. So we're no ears, hands in pockets, head straight, all right? The basic guy. And from there, if there's interest, then we'll do turning of the head, movement of the feet, different, you know, all the different elements that we may want, setting up the ears and whatnot, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do our basic little man, who will be the starting point for all of these characters that you're going to see laid out here on the table. So one by one again, and this one's 3 inches tall, 75, 76 millimeters, and let's get going. All right, well, first things first, as you know, we're going to find our center mark here, and we're going to bring centers all around our guy here. Very important to keep you knowing where you are in life here. And put a little face on here so we know it's a front. And right off the bat, we know that we're going to do about 1/2 inch for the feet on the bottom. And 1/2 inch, for those who don't know, is, I wrote it down, 12 millimeters, roughly. Okay, roughly 12 millimeters. That's going to be our feet. Our profile, you know, feet, elbows, butt, head, all right? So the top, our head, we're going to go probably about 1 1/8 inches. Yeah, a little bit lower. 1 1/8 inches, and we're going to raise it up just a little bit on the back, give it about 1 inch, all right? When we join those lines, we've got a little bit of an angle, like so, all right? So before we do anything else, let's just kind of rough that in. Just going to take the corners off my head here. Got my invisible carving glove on, as you should too. Put your glove on. My knife is all freshly stropped. People ask me how many times I strop my knife. I don't. I always start the project with a newly stropped, ready to roll knife, and that usually gets me through most projects with ease. Right? So start out fresh, and should be good. All right. Like I said, this is basswood, and yeah, just setting the head in place here. All right. There's our head. All right. Same thing with this knife collects. I think it's got magnetized to wood chips. They stick to it, but I'll draw a quick little picture. I want to come in with the feet, you know, like that. All right. I'm using my Harley knife, which I love, but unfortunately, if you go looking, you're going to find that Mr. Pinewood Forge on his website says he's afraid that retirement's finally kicking in, he says. He's got a waiting list for knives, but he doesn't figure he'll be doing any more even if he gets his waiting list done. So that might be the end of the Harley knives as we know it. But I say it's my favorite knife, but I've found, even when I'm using my other knives, if I make a carving like 3 times in a row with a knife, that knife's my new favorite. So it's whatever you get used to. But right now, I'm used to this knife, and that's why I'm using it. So, all right. So there is our feet, roughly put in there. When I say 1/2 inch, these feet will shrink over time as we keep carving. And it ends up being 3/8. But I'm just trying to get away from the, where's one? I'm getting away from the bases now again. I'm switching from the bases and the small feet. So I'm going to keep the feet fairly big. So keep that square too. All right. And before I lose that pencil mark there, I'm just going to put a little cut in there. All right. Just get my center mark in there, because I'll probably wipe out the line before. Same in the back here, even if it's just a cut. All right. Because as soon as you start cutting around here, your pencil lines are gone. So there's my center mark. So, all right. One thing we got to do too with the feet, with the bottom of my feet, I always narrow them at the back like that. So all I'm going to do is on the back of the feet here, mark like 1/8 of an inch, a few mils, starting from the foot, wipe it off, wiping her off. Get that angle, see that? Perfect. Okay, we got that. Now, I want to bring the elbows in. So if I come with my ruler here, down about, I said the head was 1 inch-ish. If I come down, let's call it 5/8. Alright, if I mark that 1 5/8 from the top, I want that to be the corner of my elbow. Alright, so from there, I can bring that angle up under the head. Alright, maybe a little bit more, a little bit more. Right, see that? So I got that tilted back. And then when we look at that, from there we've got another little V out to the butt here. So if we just add another V, where would I want the point of the butt? Let me grab my pencil here. Yeah, right around 2 inch, maybe a little more, 2 1/8. We're gonna dig. That'll be the bottom of our little V trench here. All right, 2 1/8. Let's call it 2 1/8. What's that? You say in millimeters? Oh, 44 millimeters. All right. Okay. So now you see we got the elbow, we got the butt, and now we're gonna come down, do another little V from their feet up to our butt. It's going to leave a little point, but we can fix that pretty quick. All right. A little bump. All right. We're just going to flatten that off of there. That may change a little bit going forward, but that's the idea. All right. Well, while we're back here, I'm going to just take that right now, put that center mark up to the bottom of my butt. I'm going to do a little stop cut on both sides here. Let's just take a little wedge out of there. Both ways. Make that flat in the back. My little denture brush here. Dollar store, wonderful little tool. Better than my big shoe brush I've been using for years. A little bit, bristles are a little stiffer, and really grabs the wood slivers for you. All right. So I'm not going to come back to the back of the legs. That's pretty much done. All right. All right. Anyway, we did that. Now let's knock a whole whack of wood off of here. Okay. So we've got our lines on here for the head, so we can thin that head on a 45-degree angle like so. We're watching our lines, so I'm touching the line there, touching the line there. Do it again here. Just work your way towards your lines. That's what they're there for. All right. So now I can set in a bit of a jaw here, which won't be the final cut, but Again, just getting everything set in place. Just make sure they kind of look like each other. And there you go. Okay, and then the body, same thing. Let's remove a whole whack of wood here too. This time we'll just stay a little bit away from the lines, but we're really taking a chunk out of there. All right, there we go. That's a good shape we got going here already. On the back of the head, take that off of there. Actually, we got a little bit extra here. Let's take a little bit off the back of the head. This is kind of where the hair stops, whatever I leave here. So I can. And let's go around the front here and just knock the top 1/4 inch. Just knock it off. Give us a bit of our head shape. Alright. I like it so far. Alright. We gotta dig the head back in, but let's just get under the cheek area here. Bring that up. There, we got that separated. Now we got a nice profile. Speaking of profiles, let's go about halfway up here. Just kind of flick that up. Right. And we'll put our center line back in there. Okay, and let's just leave that alone for a minute. Let's focus on getting these arms in place here. So what we got here is a real fun little cut. We got a little butt cut here. So I'm going to lay my knife right on that angle of the elbow. And I'm just going to go down. I'm going to come over and pop that out. See that? Okay, I'll do it slower. I'm going to put my knife right on that elbow line. Like that. You can just see that little triangle just asking, pop me out. And there it is. Alright. There's our butt. Isn't that cute? Cute little butt. Knock some corners off of here. Down. Alright. We can draw in our arms. Now our arms, we can't make our arms bigger. So we're going to start healthy, like 1/2 inch. See that? Give them a good 1/2 inch. Alright. And then from the bottom there where it touches the butt, we're going to put our pockets. Alright. Same thing this way. And then just to double check, I'm going to put my finger on the bottom here. I'm going to put my pencil on that corner and say, are you the same? Yeah, we're the same. So we're symmetrical. Alright. So let's just dig these arms in. So I'm going to take my knife, I'm just going to put in there, and I'm going to commit to this cut. I'm sticking that knife in there good. All right. What I don't want to do is make 100 little cuts. All right. That's my cut. All right. Now always go from the pocket, no matter if it's going to be the wrong direction or whatever. We don't want to pull that piece out and break off the pocket. So we put our knife at the pocket and come up and try and get one cut, and that's good. I'll show you why that's good in a second. It looks rough, but it's a good one. All right. Same thing on this side. I'm just digging her in. Popping her out. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my knife on here. I'm going to bring that back on an angle. Like that. Come down. Like that. See that? That's a nice clean arm. And then we just clean up the inside. We don't have whole bunch of stab cuts that I often do. There could be a little bit more there. Alright. But same thing. We're going to bring our elbow in and down. Make a nice little cut. Make sure they're kind of lined up. Yep, they look good. Okay. Now, see how that's very flat? I want that elbow to be the point. So I'm going to thin that down towards the neck. Right from the elbow. See that? Again, let's see it better here with rough. Right in the corner, right to the neck. Alright. Okay. And then we're going to work to our pockets here. So on the pockets, I'm just going to put my little cut across there, sticking my knife in, and get a little V cut there, sliver out of there, and then that looks okay there. Do it again here. Take a little sliver out of there, and then a little clean up here. Clean up there. Come on. Come. There we go. There you go. Always gotta be one. Okay, same thing. From the elbow, we're just gonna ease our arms down into the pocket, nice and gently. See that? Nice and gently. Not too much. There we go. Okay, now, see this across here? The arms look like they're stuck on there. So, if you look at yourself in the mirror, your armpits don't go up that high. So we're going to come back. We're going to add a facet right across here. See that? I'm going to reset the shoulders here. See that? That facet across here. Reset the shoulders down. What do we got? There. We got a lot of meat on the front here. So I'm going to bring that facet down here. Bring a nice big facet up under the chin. Alright. Again there. We'll redo this facet here. And redo this one here. There we go. While we're here, let's just put a couple of little wrinkles in there. All right. Same on this side. A couple little wrinkles. A little rough in there. I'm going to try and clean that up. That grain didn't want to go that way very easy. So let's clean her up. All right, that's where we're at. Okay. Now, well, let's talk about these pockets. I haven't touched the wood here at all. You can still see that line. So now I clean that off of there. All right. Clean the wood off of there. But I'm going to set the feet in here. So the feet, I'm going to make a V cut. My knife in there like so, that way, and back the other way. Right. Pop that out of there. Then I want my legs about that high, see that? Just under that facet. So again, I'm going to put a little stop cut there. And here, and run my knife up here, and hopefully I'm going to pop each side out and not get lost in the digging in between the legs. I think for the most part we did it. Come back a little bit here. So, okay. I'm going to end that by putting a little stop cut here. A little stop cut here. Maybe go just to take a little whisker out of the middle to give a better shadow. Like I said, be careful in here, because once you start digging, you go back and forth till you make a big mess. But I think I'm happy with that. All right, one little spot here. I'll redo that cut. Good. All right. Our toes, we're going to cut our shoes on an angle. This way, this way. I can bring my foot down, or my pants down, I guess. And then I'm going to come down this pant leg, take a corner off of there, along the shoe, corner off of there. See that? See that side? That side? Down to the pants. Bring the pants down. Come down, take the corner off of there, corner off of here. All right? Okay. A little fuzzy in there. We'll get her. We'll get her. I like to keep my carving clean if I can. Mind you, I can't always, but if I see a little fuzzy, I'm not going to leave it. I want to get it out. All right. You know what? While we're down here, might as well finish this off. I'm going to give a little bit off of there, give a shadow for the feet. You put it down there, you get a little shadow under the feet instead of being flat. Take the toes off the corners. All right. Let's just cut some pants in. And for the pants, I'm just coming off of the front of the pants. I'm going to carve down a little stop there. Same thing here, just a little bit off the front. Can you see that? Then I'll bring it down the side here. Come on. There's your pant. Of course, I'm going to give it a little extra little wrinkle here. Maybe one back here. So. All right. Let's do this side. So. And like so. The big knife has advantages and disadvantages. And I'm all for one tool proficiency, but sometimes it's nice to have a really fine little detail knife too. But that is our pants and our shoes. I'm not going to put soles on these shoes or nothing. This is our basic little man, and we haven't even touched the wood on the front of those shoes. I can see that, so cut that off of there too. There we go. Look at that. We're making good time in this fella. All right. Now, before we even get to our head, I'm going to set a little bit of a shoulder, or sorry, neckline on there. Clean up that side of the head. We're going to set the back of the arms in place. Right. This is always fun. Always a fun part. I got some wood uncut, so which way would be best? Take that uncut wood off of there. Because when we're done, we're done. Alright? So all I'm going to do, I'm going to follow that little line again from the butt. By the way, the butt establishes that's the end of the shirt. So if you want to have a coat or something, well, we'll get to that later. But we won't have that little dent all the way through. But I'm just going to bring these arms, up like that. Let me show you. I put my knife against the butt there. And I'm just going to fairly deep curl that up. Same thing here. Fairly deep, curl it up. Not necessarily symmetrical, but that turned out to be fairly symmetrical. Take a nice deep wedge. Look at that. Right. On the arm side. I used to only do the other side, but now I started doing the arm side. And I like it. We can do a little bit on the inside. Square that up. Right. A little bit down here. Square that up. Alright. But there you go. So now I'm going to take that corner, a little swoop off of there, swoop off of there, swoop, and guess what? Swoop. That's right. There we go. I'm not going to get too fussy. You can, you have time to really clean it up perfectly, but I'm making a video and you have no patience. Alright, so we've established that's the bottom of the shirt on the back side. So from the top of the pockets here, let's just draw in a shirt here. We don't want it to be too perfect, so let's just go a little bit off kilter. Alright, so I'm going to take my knife here, stick it in there, come up underneath, pop. You see what I mean by a little off kilter? It's a little bit heavier on one side than the other. Alright, a little slippery fella. Yeah. Now, one thing I've started doing a little bit is adding a little wrinkle up here. Kind of dig it. Kind of dig these little chip cuts. Get one bigger than the other. Heck, you can do a little one the other way too if you want. Like so. Did one. Don't have to do the other, but might as well. Keep them a little bit random. Yeah. His butt's pretty pointy. I know that my butt's not pointy like that. So let's just flatten the cheeks off there. Dig in a little bit more there. A little bit more in the middle. Alright. What else can we do on our body here? Well, we could make a little bulge in the pants. for the hands. Just to show that there's actually hands in the pockets. See that? Now we got a little bit of space there. Not necessary, just so you know. But it's kind of a fun idea to show that those aren't dead arms into the pockets. You can see that the hand has a little bulge there. Right? Got a little bit pointy here. Gotta flatten that out. Alright. I like that for the bottom. Let's get up into this head here. Alright. Now, realism says that your eyes are the center of your head. Character carving, not so much. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is, since we're not going to have ears, I'm going to make a hairline. And we're just going to block this out first, alright? And we're going to straighten it up after, okay? But I'm going to make a hairline that kind of cuts through the bottom of that center line, alright? Same thing here. It's kind of around the back of the shoulder, alright? I'm going to just take some wood out of here. I'm not going to stick the tip of my knife in until I'm ready to really commit. But I'm just going to go on the flat here. Just kind of set in some guidelines for our face. The hair here. Alright, so it's coming around, going right across. Kind of like a helmet. Alright. What did I do there? Alright. Silly looking head on the guy, but that's our rough hair. I'm going to strengthen that center line here. So, what I want to do from there, let's look at this guy. He's got a center part on his hair, right? So why don't we just do the same idea. Still got a flat top here, so I'm going to come right in here. I'm just going to put a big V cut. I'll even go a little bit wider. A wider V cut. Alright, look at that. Then on the front here, I'm going to do the same thing, bringing that back on the head. Alright, I'm going to cut up to it. See that? Okay, now I'm going to start just flicking my knife around here. Let's make this look like some hair. Get all that. Nice. Untouched wood. We got to clean off every piece of wood that's not cut. There we go. There's some hair. Also, let's put a little shadow up here by doing a little V cut. Give him that little David Cassidy feathered hair. Alright. Do the same thing here, I think we can. Alright. Take off those little sharp corners. They're danger. They're going to break. No fine points allowed. Alright, put that brush in there. Alright, now I'm going to commit with my knife. I'm going to stick the tip in. I'm going to follow that around just to the neck there, right? Come back, take a little whisker out of there. There, we made a little shadow for her hair. Same thing here. I'll show you we're not going to the bottom because we want to set in the chin and the hair. Right, so I'm going to take a little cut here. That. Come back with the hair a bit too. Alright. See how we did that? Bring that back a bit like that. Bring that forward. Alrighty. Get out of there. Alright, look at that. So we got a lot of thin that. Keep the jaw, the bottom of the head a little bit out, but we can thin that top of the head a little bit. Alright, look at that. This dude spends hours in front of the mirror getting his hair like this. For sure. Still don't like that. A little bit brittle there, but just a couple more cuts. There we go. All right. So, where's our nose? Let's say the bottom of our nose is, well, anywhere here. As long as we got enough room underneath for a mouth, we're good. So I'm going to cut in the nose. Like so. Okay. One more. All right. Then I'm going to come up to a little brow cut here. All right. I'm going to cut into that one too. Now, what I'm not doing is leaving any space for carving eyebrows. We're going to paint the eyebrows on, as you can see, because it's such a nuisance. Little guys with these little eyes, there's no point in even trying to carve too much. A lot of the little guys, people just paint eyeballs on, which is fine too. But anyway, now I'm going to put my knife on what would be, I'm going to put the line back on there. All right. I'm going to come here with my knife. I'm going to follow that center line by putting an angle across. See that? And I'm going to come down with my knife. See that? Just kind of follow, same as I did on the other side. Follow that center line. Just come down. See that? Just like so. Make sure that they're the same, and we're good. So we're looking at our nose here. So we want our nose to set our nose in. How wide do we want our nose? All right. I like a nice wide nose, okay? You can always make a nose smaller, but you can't make it bigger, okay? So you can see my two marks on there. So I'm going to go on an angle this way. Angle down, set in those smile lines a little bit farther. So I'm going to see that. I'm going to take my knife here, come across, take that out. See that? Okay, so I'm going to do a little angle up to that point, and a wider angle off to the side. I'm going to cut across. Pop. Right? That's pretty similar. Okay. There's our rough nose set. Okay. I'm going to set the mouth area here. Right. Now, what the smile lines, we could, hang on. We could bring those all the way down. You know, if he was an old crotchety man, we would just really, really work it, right? But younger fellow like this, I'm just going to leave those smile lines a little bit high like that. We're just going to give him a little happy face, right? So I'm going to come longer than I put on my pencil, but okay, I'll start over. If that was divided into 3 sections, so 1, 2, 3, the smile is normally closer to the nose in the top third there, okay? So I'm just going to go give this guy, with my knife, a little bit of an angle down, so I'm kind of leaving a bottom lip, the top of the bottom lip, I should say. Yeah. I'm going to put little stopper cuts on each side. And I'm looking at the smile lines for my distances, keeping everything symmetrical. All right, I'm going to cut those little wedges out of there. All right, see that? If I want to do anything, maybe I'll just bring that upper lip up a little bit. dude. I like him. Now, I'm going to decide how wide is my bottom lip, and then I'm just going to flick my knife. A little flick down. Just like that. And then I'm going to come up. I want to tuck that bottom lip up into that corner, right? Just like that. Nice and gently. Try to match the other side, although it doesn't matter. Take a little bit of there. I like it. I dig it. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, I don't like that little point there, but it kind of brings the face out. So, yeah, again, faces, we should do all kinds of faces. Where's this guy? Look how skinny this guy's face is. He's just got, so you can stretch faces any way you like. So, actually, I'm just going to leave them alone. So, before we move on, let's, one little extra here, where the smile line is, I'm just going to touch the nose. And don't get carried away with this. This is very tiny little cut here. Just bringing that nose up. Little nasal flare. Just like that. See that? Just brings that nose up a little bit. Alright? But our nose is not fully set yet because from that center line, I want about 1/8 of an inch to span that center line. See that? And now whether you do an angle cut and go across, but I've been just putting my knife on here. I just want to come down, and I'm just kind of doing a little swooping cut, and I'm going past the side. And I want to angle that down. There, see that? See, it's got a little swooping cut there. The same thing here. I'm just kind of coming around the side, past where I was, cutting down. Alright. Clean that up. Now we're going to look at it and see if they... Not too bad. A little bit high here. So. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to take those pencil lines off of there before I get confused, as I so easily do. Alright. Now I'm going to thin right from the bottom of that eye. I'm just going to thin that one more time. Just thin the head just a little bit more. Alright. Okay, now I'm just going to draw on some little eyeballs. So, alright. Okay, so I'm just going to play the old dig out the chip game with the edges of the eyes. Pop the chip out like that. Same thing over here. Stick my knife in. I'm going to stick my knife in. It's right on very thin wood there, so I'm carefully going to pop the chip out. Like so. Same thing here. Up here. That chip's ready to come out on its own. Alright. Here we go. And here we go. Take the chip out of there. Alright. Now we're just going to do a very shallow cut. Just going to join the chips. Alright. Come on. Come on. It was, like I said before, a little fine finessing knife. I'm all for one tool proficiency, but that a little tiny little pointed knife would shine here. But that's one eye. We did one eye. Alright. I'm going to join this one. My battery is flashing, so we're going to get this eyeball cut. And I'm going to change my battery. My pencil lines off there. Now it looks a little bit bigger. No problem. I'm just going to stretch the top of that eye. There we go. We just matched it. All right. Maybe a little V cut just to separate the eyes. But no more. Now leave it alone. All right. Okay. I'm going to change my, no, I'm going to keep going. It says I got 30%. Shoot, we're almost there. All right. Now, something a little bit extra. Maybe I'll just come a whisker in front of the eye. Make a little stop cut. Cut into it. Just give the illusion of a bit of a bag under the eye. Right? A little bit deeper. Right? There you go. If you want to do something extra special, you can kind of do the same thing with the nose. Take a little chip out against the nose. See that? You can't see that because there's a chip there. But look at that. It could. I don't recommend you do this on your first one at all. It's a little more tedious. But it's kind of a good look too. Yeah, really give it an eyeball, eh? Alright. So, what else can we do? Let's smooth those cheeks. Every wrinkle, though, we just gave him some age, didn't we? Right? Looks a little bit older. The hair. If you want to do some hair, we can just start making all these little V-cuts with our knife. Random. See, the difference is, if I had a V-tool in my hand, I'd be putting 10,000 V-cuts in this guy's head, but he doesn't really need it. You put a couple well-placed, strong V-cuts, you've got hair. All right? That guy's got, that's hair. I'm going to put a little stop on this one. Give him that feathered flyaway look. Breaks up that. Look at that. Same on this side. Look at that. One more. One more. That's the one that chips all over and breaks. No, we're good. A couple more. Just crazy little V-cuts. Alright, let's get down in this part here. Look at that. That's hair if you've ever seen hair, right? Good. Good, good, good. I'm going to take the point off the chin and kind of narrow his bottom of his chin. Look at that. That's a good looking dude. Maybe a couple wrinkles in the pants. There we go. Let's give him, put a soul in him, give him an eyeball, see what he has to say for himself. Well, hello! he just comes alive with some eyeballs on him. Wet him up, and show the shadows, some water. One little 3-inch man, just like that. And like I said, that is the starting point, and from there we're just going to add and change, and we'll start looking up at the sky. Get some funky ears, bald heads. Look at this guy's feet. His feet are on top of each other. We can separate the feet, we can put shorts on them, but like I said, if there's demand and you're interested, we will carry on with this little 3-inch van, and the sky is the limit. Start getting some action, some movement, but I love them. Look at all these guys. Obviously I like them. But there you go. You know what? There you go. As he goes and puts a little sweater type collar on him, just because there was too much flat there. You can dress these guys up in anything that you want. I don't even know why I'm doing this right now, but because I thought the video was too short. There. Now we can paint some dots or whatever and give him a real Nordic looking sweater. All right. Or we can just I'm going to stop is what I'm going to do, but we could give him a little shirt collar. All right. Little shirt collar coming up over a sweater. Yeah. Alright. So a little collar and have a sweater. He's wearing a shirt under his sweater. You can do whatever you like, but there he is. So thanks for watching, and hope you get something out of this, and yeah, I look forward to maybe doing a whole bunch. And there's so many characters, so I'm not going to leave it at a 3-inch man and say, okay, done, now what? We have so many occupations and so many different types of men we could be doing. So we got to keep going. So, all right, thanks for watching, and give her a go, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.